Our heroes continue down the dark path. One grim task remains. You may think home base would be scared, but no. We have Ray here to lead, so everything will be okay.
Ray is taking some much-needed time for herself right now, so Locke, you're in charge.
But I already narrated that Ray is leading us, so everything will be okay.
You'll be fine. You've been able to learn from her leadership style. I just hope you haven't picked up any of her, bad habits. She was programmed to anticipate the needs of home base, but tends to, react in panic.
You're not going to believe what happened.
What? What is it? What should we do? We should panic, right? Right?
No panic necessary, Locke. We'll find the problem and solve it.
Okay, Penny, what happened that we definitely aren't panicking about?
A breakthrough! I've been building something amazing, but I couldn't get it to work. I just needed a few more supplies. This spark plug was first on my list.
Oh, okay. We'll find your things.
See, Locke? You are a responsible bot, capable of making decisions.
Yay!
Next on my list, the perfect pair of tongs. Good spring, a solid grip, and the perfect size to pick up and move a brain.
Or, anything brain-sized. You know, like a guinea pig or a smallish melon. Next on Penny's list is this heavy-duty sewing machine.
It's got a needle so strong it can attach anything to anything. Even things that have no right being sewn together without somehow offending nature.
Ray always says there's no problem that can't be solved by attaching one thing to another thing.
Here we are. Durant's limb glue. You cut it off, we stick it back on.
Oh, like a tree limb?
No, not trees. More like arms and legs.
Are you sure it can't be tree limbs? Penny, the stuff we're looking for seems a little scary.
Find your backbone.
I'm being brave. I'm not even hiding under the blanket yet.
No, Locke, it's the Find Your Backbone spine-making kit that was on my list.
Wow, there really is a product out there for everything. Penny, this was on your list. The Reanimator's Toolkit.
Ah, yes. Bring your vision to life again and again.
Are we making another movie? Can I go into space this time?
No, but we are cooking up something new. Well, someone.
That sounds ominous. But I do like new friends. Look, Penny, the next item from your list. A power adapter? After all the creepy things, that's a little bit of a letdown.
Well, I'm sorry, Locke, but all this creepy stuff actually takes a lot of power outlets.
Next item on your list, Penny. One huge pile of bandages. Oh, you're making an emergency medical kit.
No, Locke, I'm creating a person. You know, stitching her together and then waking her up.
Okay. Well, I'll just leave you to it. Here's more creepy gear off Penny's list.
Finally, enough sawdust to fill in the gaps in the person I'm creating.
About that, Penny. I don't want to be mean, but Ray did leave me with a couple of house rules. Allow me to quote from Ray's rules for when Ray is away. 1. Close the door. We're not air conditioning the whole neighborhood. And 2. No reanimating things, including but not limited to pets, ancient ancestors, no matter what secrets they hold, inanimate objects that move in defiance of physics, or people trapped in paintings.
Yes, but I have permission from home base, Locke. I followed procedure.
She is correct, Locke. She was approved for an independent study. She has this time to work on a construction project.
Constructing a person is still technically construction.
Oh, no fair. You know I don't do well with nuance.
Penny has permission to continue with her project, Locke.
But weren't you saying Ray's job is to see problems coming and anticipate them? Well, I'm anticipating that Penny's project is going to cause a big problem.
If it's the ethical issues bothering you, Locke, I made a slideshow that should make you feel better.
You won't believe how ethical Penny is. Her project is so amazing it will leave you in tears.
I didn't click through the entire slideshow, but the thesis was solid.
If Ray were here, she'd be worried. But she also trusts you, Penny. So I guess I'll trust you too.
My independent study project will not disappoint, Locke. My equipment is all set up and almost ready to go. First, grab that lightning rod. Perfect! This is exactly what I need to move some serious electrical current. Can you find some more? By connecting these lightning rods together, I can gather even more electricity. So you need to find more! Enough to harness the power of life itself! Or, at least run the oven long enough to bake a pizza.
Penny, I'm working on the paperwork for your new, are we calling it a monster?
That seems harsh. Give her a chance first before you go calling something a monster.
Okay, well, what should we call it?
I think I'll just feel it in the moment. But for now, you could call it, Well, you're not naming her the Bride of Ranald. That's a bit presumptuous, don't you think? If we get one more lightning rod, then we'll have enough to begin. Listen, Ranald, I know things between us have been a little weird since we broke up. I'm glad you want to be part of my project, though. Well, you're a good friend. And maybe you can have another friend here in, we could call her Rory? No. That's it! All the lightning rods we need. It's time to get majorly amped. You should be a safe distance away when I flip the switch, Locke.
If by safe distance you mean under the blanket in my room, I'm on it. Okay, you can flip it.
Wake up, wake up, wake up! You beauty. I feel it. Your name. I'm gonna call you Arlene. Arlene, this is Ranald. Ranald, Arlene.
I'll be in my blanket fort if anyone needs me.
Sorry, Penny, but it's been a few days and I think Arlene is, in fact, a monster.
She ate through the whole day's food for home base. Just, Arlene hungry,
She was asleep a long time. Don't you feel a bit peckish when you first wake up?
If peckish means hungry, then yes, I do. But we can't risk home base for a creature.
You don't seem to mind having Ranald around, and he's a husk.
Well, hey, Ronald's pretty cool. Plus, he volunteered to clean the fry vats, so he's okay by me.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but Dennis has a point. Until we see proof otherwise, Arlene is considered armed and monstrous.
There has to be some way to prove that Arlene isn't all bad. Oh, look over there. Someone's diary. Ooh, I know I shouldn't snoop, but I just can't help myself. Dear Diary, it's in the evening, I think. The big circle in the sky has been scared away by the dark. And here I am, fearing everyone is upset with me once again. I try, oh diary, I do try, and want to make everyone happy, but I just don't know how. Another diary entry. Hopefully they won't be too mad at me reading it. Dear Diary, this new world is so big and frightening. Can't argue with that. Let's look for more diary entries. A diary entry! Not that I enjoy intruding on people's privacy, of course, but... ooh, I wonder whose it is. Dear Diary, what pains me the most is that my life is secret. I can only share my thoughts with you in writing my words. When I speak, it just comes out as groans and roars. Groans and roars? Dear Diary, today I thought I had finally made a friend. Stumbling into a large room, I found the man who controls the fire. He turned the fire on to something and it smelled so good I could not help myself. I ate it, and then everything else in the room. You know how I get around snacks, Diary. The man who controls the fire was mad and I tried to apologise, but it only came out as... Arlene? This is the last of Arlene's diary entries. Dear Diary, I am so excited because I finally met someone. He really understands what it's like to be a fish out of water. Misunderstood, like me. Oh, but when I get around him, I don't know what to talk about. I know. I will devise a way to take him on a romantic trip in a rowboat for two. Classic. XOXO. This is it! All the proof I need that Arlene is not a monster! I wonder who the lucky fella is who caught her bloodshot eye.
Just a status check, Penny. Is everything going okay with your project?
Everyone thought Arlene was a monster, but look, guys, this diary is proof she has feelings. She even has a bit of a crush on someone.
Well, I suppose we could lower her threat level from monstrous to kind of creepy?
She's fine, really. All she needs is some minor, boring troubleshooting.
That doesn't sound like boring troubleshooting.
I guess we know who Arlene fancies now. Oh, Ronald, you devil.
That mob of angry villagers doesn't seem as thrilled with Arlene and Ronald as you are.
Oh no! They're heading across the water!
If they reach those rowboats, they're gonna do what mobs do.
Good idea, Ronald. We should destroy the boats. We have to keep Arlene and Ronald safe from the mob. They're really good at heart, not monsters. Keep the villagers from getting the boats. Ugh, why are mobs always angry? Can't you be a mob that's celebrating things? Giving people surprise birthday parties instead of trying to destroy their independent study projects.
I'm destroying boats!
It doesn't look like the mob can swim, so destroying that last boat should deter them. Of course, the next time we need a boat, we may be in trouble.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I hope there is a bridge, because we won't have a boat.
We destroyed your boats, mob, so keep your pitchforks away from my friends. Maybe we can convince them that Arlene and Ronald aren't monsters.
That's more easily said than done.
Arlene, tell them how deep and feeling you are, how much love you have to give.
Her love is scary. The mob is held at bay for now, but they aren't convinced Ronald and Arlene are not a danger.
Wait, the villagers are retreating.
They are? Why? What changed their minds?
Oh, I think I know why.
What? Oh, Ronald and Arlene are holding hands.
They're in love.
Penny, I am not the guy to tell anyone how relationships work. But don't you think Ronald and Arlene getting married is a little fast?
The space where their hearts would be wants what it wants, Dennis. It's romantic.
I thought about bringing it up with Ronald, but he might bite my head off. For real. I need my head. Without it, the whole Dennis organization falls apart.
Just let love take its course. Our concern is inviting the guests. Well, summoning the guests, and that's why I need you, Dennis. The summoning soup. I have my great-great-grandmum's recipe, but first we need to get the ingredients.
Put the plants in the pot. Bam, you've got summoning soup.
It seems like making something to beckon dark forces should sound, I don't know, spookier.
Gather ye magical plants from the darkest swamp and bubble the cauldron. Bam, you've got summoning soup.
Magical. Another plant for the summoning soup.
Mixed correctly, this will call upon the vampires.
Oh, we have to make sure everything looks nice. You know how critical the vampires are.
This blood isn't warm enough. There's garlic in my spaghetti. My brother just exploded into a cloud of ashes. Pfft, vampires.
Stir this into the soup to summon the werewolves.
Didn't we spend a long time making the werewolves go away?
You can't tell someone else who to invite to their wedding, Dennis. This is Arlene and Ronald's day, and if they want to spend it with filthy werebeasts, that's up to them.
Great job! This plant is exactly what we need to summon the mummies.
Stir it in, Dennis. You can't have a wedding and not invite your mummy.
This plant summons the witches of the wood. Come to our party. There'll be music and food. Don your dark clothes and your pointy hats. But there's gonna be wolves, so don't bring your cats.
Our summoning soup is really boiling now. Find some more plants.
So, elephant in the room. Should we invite the husks?
No, they'll just rip everything apart. They're total party ruiners. Not civilized like Ronald and Arlene. Thanks to me, you're welcome. Now, let's keep looking for plants for our summoning soup. The soup is made and the guests have been summoned.
Needs more salt, but pretty good as far as swamp plant soup goes.
All we can do now is see who shows up. You know they won't RSVP. They're monsters.
Penny, I have some concerns.
It would be lovely if for once you said, Penny, I have a compliment for you, or Penny, I have some candy.
I would rather have candy than concerns, but you insist upon calling a troop of monsters right to us.
They're our guests, and we have to show them hospitality.
We have to secure the perimeter.
Quick! There's a bunch of husks after Arlene! Someone told them they weren't invited to the wedding, and they are super mad! Huh? Oh, sorry, they're super hurt and consider it a personal slight.
Oh dear, they've got torches. What is it with mobs and torches?
Take care of the husk mob, get their torches, and we can use them to secure the perimeter.
Honestly, this sort of behaviour is why you husks weren't invited. Keep getting the torches. Another torch right here. Joke's on you, husks, because these torches will also be lovely rustic lighting for the wedding.
Arlene means you no harm, husks, if you could just be reasonable. I mean, if you agree to stop attacking us, roar angrily. Well, that's settled then.
If we could figure out a way to combine torches and pitchforks and sell them to angry mobs. Pitch torch! We're gonna be rich!
Planning a wedding is already so stressful. We could really do without being chased by an angry mob. Find some more torches.
See, the pitch torch, patent pending, will have one stick and it looks like a pitchfork, but, and this is what separates it from the other mob tools on the market, it's also on fire. So you have your poking stick and your burning stick in one hand, with the other hand free for looting. Exactly. We looked at what you angry mobs deal with and said, there's got to be a better way. And that way is pitch torch.
That's it. The mob has been neutralized, and we have the torches we need for extra security.
I hate we insulted the husks, but we're better off without them at the wedding.
Hey, it worked out because they agreed to invest in pitch torch.
Dennis, I don't think you should start working with the mob.
You're probably right. I tried to get them to shake on it, but all they would do is swipe at me.
Director, your tie looks smashing.
I don't get invited to many formal occasions anymore. Thought I'd go all out.
The invite said dress up, so I'm keeping my costume on.
We have 30 folding chairs full of monsters out there and they expect an event. Ronald and Arlene's wedding is the monster social event of the season. Hurrah for true love!
Penny, you don't mind being at your ex's wedding?
I like to think I got him ready for her, and without me, she wouldn't exist. So really, I'm quite the matchmaker.
How about your next independent study is more about fort safety and less making people?
Deal.
Now, we need to find a way to send the happy couple off into their new life together.
Check out the wagon over there. This'll do. Find a few more wagons and I can build a romantic ride for Arlene and Ronald. This wagon you found has great parts. The honeymoon caravan can't only be about style. It needs working brakes, safety belts, and to be faster than a mob of angry villagers.
Have you considered making the caravan a convertible?
Now that is romantic. The open air whipping through where their hair would be. Until they reach top speed and the bride's head flies off.
You sewed her together. You don't trust your own skills?
I'm more a hammer and nails girl, not needles and thread. Why take the chance?
I'm going to put some tape in the wagon, just in case.
I made a sign for the honeymoon wagon, Penny.
Oh, thanks, Dennis. I'd forgotten the just married sign.
Well, I thought while they're rolling down the road, people might see them and think they're enemies. So this sign says, for sure we're not monsters.
Practical, but a bit lacking in romance.
Okay, changed it to, for sure we're just married, comma, not monsters. With a little heart there.
That'll do. Good find. This will put the finishing touches on our romantic honeymoon caravan. The ceremony is wrapping up now, so Ronald and Arlene can ride off into the sunset.
Well done. But I do have some concerns.
Concerns? Yes, of course you do. The wedding is over. Let's bask in happiness for just a moment, shall we?
Of course, but when you're done basking, we should probably deal with the guests.
We're surrounded by vampires and witches and mummies and werewolves and Jeff!
I guess we're having an after party.
I still feel bad that we broke one of the main rules of home base. It's even up there on the sign above the coffee machine. No making people.
I guess I'm starting to understand Ray a little more. Things go off the rails and you just react. I don't even know if there's still any rails to go off of anymore.
We replaced the rails with a water slide. We do things our own way here.
You still need process, organization, storm shield defense.
And sometimes you make a person from leftover scraps.
No!
All the quests are now complete. Our heroes honored their part of the dark deal, so time has been restored. You can trust a mysterious cube that goes vroom. Sure you can, right? Right.